What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 105 or 105, however you want it. Dealer's choice of Kneeburst Radio. It's another edition of Let's Get Weird Wednesday. It is Wednesday, July the 21st, the year of our Lord 2021, as always presented by the Wave Media Co. I think I left that out the last couple times, but still presented by them.
Yeah, I mean,
Just wanna
they're
give them a shout
around.
out. They're around. They're somewhere. They're posted on Instagram about Jeeps and trucks and stuff.
I mean, Ryan, I want to know.
Does
what
Ryan work?
Yeah, I want to know what Ryan's actual job title is, because at every turn, Ryan's in Yosemite. He's like, next time I'm going to see him, he's going to be climbing K2.
El Capitan.
Yeah, what is your job title? Like, Ryan, prove to me that you listen to the show. Drop a comment on the YouTube video that I'm sure you don't subscribe to. I'm sure you don't subscribe to the Knee Brace Radio.
Positive.
I'm
Positive.
100% positive. I bet Brandon doesn't either.
Nah, probably not. Which one of them would be the creative director? Because they may need to take up Space Jam 3 writing or directing. Because Nick, I didn't see it, but I'm going off your word, your tweet. It was bad.
It was bad, but then I've seen the numerous tweets that like, dude, it's a kids movie. Like, relax. But that doesn't take away from the fact that so if you just take LeBron out of the movie, you know what? I think I'm on board. But here's the thing. I'm not even a LeBron hater. Don't get me wrong. LeBron sometimes is insufferable. But but in Space Jam 2, if you just take LeBron out of the movie,
could you put Tony Douglas? Could you put Tony Douglas as the main character, like a backup Knicks point guard, and anybody would have been better than LeBron? That's how bad his acting was.
You could put Eric Snow,
or blast from the best.
You could put Adrinas Zagauskas. I'm pretty sure
still
I
playing
made that name up.
I think that's a real player. I'm pretty sure. Didn't he get signed by the Cavs this year after being out?
You're thinking of Anderson Varejao.
Okay, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
no, you might have made that name up. You could have said any European name, and I would agree.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Cavs player that was bald with the high socks.
I think you had at least the first.
I know the last name's Zagauskas. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had half the name right, whether it was the front or the back. I don't know, first or last, but
yeah, you could have put Elgauskas in there. You could this could have been. God, I mean, at least Chris Paul in the NBA Finals was doing some kind of promotion for it with Michael's secret stuff, but it was Chris's secret stuff. It could have been a movie about Chris Paul with Cliff Paul. It could have been. You could have done a State Farm fucking. You could have done a State Farm double check fucking. I don't know. You could have. You could have merged the two.
That's Austin Powers or a Tyler Perry movie where you just have one guy play every role.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, Austin Powers, basically any early to mid 2000s comedian that was like, I'm going to make a movie franchise.
By the way, Michael Myers having the name Michael Myers always confused me as a kid.
Yeah, it's a toss up between whether or not I'm going to want to leave the theater or
I'm
also going to want to leave the theater.
No, Austin Power movies were great. Machine Gun Jubblies as a little kid.
Okay, I mean, don't get me. Okay, that was an exaggeration. But now looking back, those movies are fucking awful.
Oh yeah,
but
have you ever left a movie during the movie during its airing?
No, I've never left a movie, but I have audibly, as the movie came to an end and went to black screen, I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Was it Space Jam?
No, I didn't go to the movie theater. You think I spent money on that movie?
No. I've never left a movie. My mom pulled my brother and sister out of a movie. It was Knocked Up. My mom had a thing when we were younger.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
So my mom had this website that she would go to, and she would plug in an R-rated movie, and it would give a description and be like, it's equivalent to Family Guy. It's equivalent to this. And Knocked Up, whoever wrote that review was a bro, because they were like, it's equivalent to watching Friends. And then the opening scene where he's jacking off, he's like, not on the good towels. Those are for company. My mom was like, get up, out.
We're leaving. We're out. We're out.
Me and my friend Nick got to stay, but everybody else in the family had to leave. So
Not on the good towels, Kyle. Not on the
no,
good towels.
and that's a lesson I learned. And to this day, I still stand by. Not on the good towels. But anyway, back to Space Jam. The idea of people saying, "Oh, well, it's meant for kids." You know what else is meant for kids? Monsters Inc. Great fucking movie. You know what else is meant for kids? I don't know. Finding Nemo. Great fucking movie. Just because it's meant for kids doesn't mean it has to be insufferable for adults.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's the main antithesis of it is just the fucking like it was so bad. And like I'm a little upset with Don Cheadle, honestly.
I heard he was one of the better one of the better casted parts, I guess.
No, Don Cheadle was possibly the worst character. Like it's like 1A, 1B, LeBron and Don Cheadle.
I heard he burned LeBron.
Basically what I'm saying at this point is strip out everything else. Just give me a Looney Tunes movie.
Okay, yes, that's fair enough.
Just give me a Looney Tunes movie because Don Cheadle was bad, LeBron was bad, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
So, did you go back and rewatch the original Space Jam to compare notes?
I didn't.
I feel like that would be the fair thing to do here in this situation. If we are going to criticize the fuck out of the Space Jam 2, we should at least go back and watch Space Jam 1 and be like, confirm our takes are, okay, this movie was 100 times better.
And see, here's
but also you don't want to destroy nostalgia.
Right. But also, when you think back on it, Michael Jordan was the ultimate competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute, like ruthless against his against his adversaries
and his teammates. Kwame Brown. Teammates. People forget he drafted Kwame Brown and broke him. Or actually, did he draft him or was he on the Wizards? I don't know.
No, he drafted him.
Yeah, and just fucking just I don't know Kwame Brown, but shout out to him making a resurgence this year.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan absolutely ruthless. But, he had Sean Kemp, he had Michael Bradley, or Sean Bradley. Is it Sean Bradley? I think it's Sean Bradley.
Michael Bradley plays baseball.
Okay, whatever.
Or played baseball.
He has Sean Bradley. He had Sean Kemp. He had Charles Barkley. He had Patrick Ewing. He had all of these superstars in his movie. And LeBron had a CGI Anthony Davis and a CGI Diana Taurasi in it.
So AD wasn't actually in the movie. I thought that was the whole thing of them moving to LA and they had a basketball court on set and all these guys. So it was just LeBron in there. Like actually.
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
So nobody likes LeBron then.
I have the sneaking suspicion that LeBron is not well thought of.
Because if Michael Jordan called you up, it doesn't matter who you are in the NBA, as long as you're not Isaiah Thomas, you're going into that movie set. You're going to go wherever he asks you because you're around Michael Jordan. LeBron has worn out his welcome, it sounds like, in the NBA. Hearing it here first.
I think this movie is about, I want to say 12 years, 11 years too late.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think at the height of his powers with the Cavs, or just like, oh my God, could you imagine this movie coming out as he left the Cavs and went to the Heat?
When he made the decision and he actually was like, the decision is, I'm going to be making a movie.
Space Jam 2 coming out this fall.
Drops the mic and then just doesn't say where he's going to sign. It just shows up like week 1 of the season.
It just shows up on the little Sports Center ticker.
Yeah.
LeBron signs multi-year contract with the Miami Heat.
I remember where I was when the decision came out. I was at a Tilted Kilt in Marietta, Georgia. And the guy at the table behind us just yelled, this is like a packed restaurant, "I hope you tear your ACL out and never play again." And I was like, good God, he was never going to sign to the Hawks. Like that wasn't even in the running.
Yeah, no, I do remember where I was when KD signed with the Warriors. Like, and I mean, I just kept calling him soft.
Where were you?
Okay, I
Well,
don't
Buffalo
remember where
Wild
I
Wings.
was, but I remember my reaction.
You could have made up anything because there's no fact check whatsoever, but just a man of honor just admitting that he did not actually know where he
No, I
was.
completely forgot where I was, but I do remember thinking to myself and reacting. The reaction was, "He's fucking soft. I can't fucking believe this."
I think I liked it, to be honest. And 'cause I just hated Steph Curry. I still don't really like Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is low key kind of a scumbag, but like just pretends like he's a really good guy.
I don't know.
Threw
I
his
mean,
mouthpiece and hit somebody with it. People forget. People don't talk about that enough.
you act like you've never done something in the heat of the moment, then being like, "Ah, shit, bad idea."
I 100% admit that I've done that a lot, but I also am not pretending to be a squeaky clean guy. I'm not Bill Romanowski at the bottom of the pile, but I'm also
I am. I hand up under the spotlight. I am dirty.
Nick's blowing salt and sand in people's eyes like a wrestler taking it. What was that? That one comedian that made that joke where he's like pretending to be a wrestler, and they go to wrestling practice. He goes, blows sand in somebody's eyes. He's like, not that type of wrestling, buddy. That's Nick. No, yeah, but I'm also not Brandon Nimmo, who's like sprinting to first base after getting hit by a pitch. I'll look at the pitcher, give it a little stare down, attempt to charge the mound, get caught by the umpire, but never really wanted to charge the mound, just did it for show. But yeah, that's why I don't like Steph Curry, because I think it's the same reason I don't like LeBron. If LeBron just came out and was like, I'm better than Michael Jordan, I'd be like, well, I like LeBron now. At least he's saying what he's thinking.
It's just been this long drawn out, like him sort of skirting the topic. And I mean, him going, what is it? Is he like 4-4 or like 4-6?
No, he's like 4-6. Yeah, he's like below 500. I think he's got the second most NBA Finals loss after
Jerry West.
Jerry West. Yeah, Jerry West is like he's abysmal in the finals.
But
I think he's got like one,
but he's still the logo.
I think he's got one win in the finals. He's like 1-7 or something, like something really bad. But yeah, you can't take it away. You know, they say banners fly forever. Logos are where it's
but
really
I mean,
at.
let's be real. We absolutely know for a fact that Kobe Bryant's going to be the logo soon.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily. Kobe did some bad things that people are just completely sweeping under the rug.
Okay, that is
that's all. That's all I'm gonna say here. I think Kobe was one of my favorite basketball players to watch. Maybe not one of my favorite human beings to be a basketball player. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
the Mamba mentality was born out of something very dark.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you have to respect
His game.
Well, that, and also the commitment to change the type of person he was.
Yes,
he might have
100%.
he might have been the ultimate competitor, where similar to Michael Jordan, he would just trash his opponents and his teammates if they weren't holding their own.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I think the fact that he was blessed with all girls is
repainted the picture a little bit.
Not even that. I think that it's served as a way to rehabilitate him.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it like repaint the picture is a bad term, but like kind of recreate himself.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the word.
Because it completely puts it in a different light. It completely changes your perspective on women.
Yeah, I think that's very fair to say. We're gonna jump around.
Okay, we're skirting the fact Kobe Bryant got accused of rape. Okay,
I think it may have been proved too. I don't even think it was accused. I think it was like, I don't know how the law works, but let's just go to the NBA Finals quickly. Giannis, he's good at basketball.
Yeah, Giannis is an absolute machine. Like, Giannis plays throwback, like early 2000s Kobe Bryant basketball, drive to the fucking hoop, get the ball in the hoop, no matter the cost.
Yeah, like he's a guy who's like Shaq or like LeBron, where when he goes to the rim, he's getting hit harder than just about anybody in the league probably right now, and is still taking it to the rim and putting the ball in at a very high efficiency. Like, if I went to the rim and someone got even just a slap like Giannis gets, I'd be on the injured list. I'd be out for the game.
Oh, I would be Chris Paul flopping all.
Oh,
I would flop and hurt myself.
Nick, I think if you put us both in NBA games, we would be top tier floppers. I think we would get a lot of calls. I think we both know how to flail and how to do the dramatics.
You gotta fling your limbs around.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot of snapping the head back and the arms going at a delayed response. Like you got hit so hard, your head went back first, and then your arms flop up.
Your body had to catch up to your head.
Now, would we hit those free throws? Probably not.
No, I can get you to foul out. All right,
Yeah,
I'll get you to foul out. I'll put you on the bench with 3 fouls in the first quarter. All right,
and I'm good for 5 fouls. 5 quick ones because I'm going to get burned on defense. You're going to be by me and I'm grabbing your shorts.
These are half court fouls. I'm not like the moment they get within half court, they're by me. They're gone. They're at the free throw line at that point.
You do the foul at the end of the game when you're trying to just get the other team to shoot foul throws or free throws where you just like pull their jersey out the back. Like it was tucked in, you just pull it out. That's what we would be doing. But I think we're a pro Giannis podcast. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Also, point of contention, we're a pro Kobe Bryant podcast as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, we stand our king Giannis. Did you see the video of him at Chick-fil-A today?
Yes.
Where he's like, I would like 50 chicken nuggets, not 49, not 51.
Not 51.
50. A true king goes to Chick-fil-A after or some type of fast food. He's like, I've been drinking all night. Give me some greasy food. He's what, 26?
Yeah, he's 26. Dude, I think that the next meta meme is going to be the transformation from when he was drafted to now, where he's grown like 6 inches and he's put on 60 pounds.
It's almost like the Barry Bonds side by sides, except like natural. This, you know what I mean? Like this one's natural because he was so young and eating like shit.
17.
I think he was like 8. Yeah, I think he was like just turned 18. And I saw a story. I don't know if it's true or not, but I guess it was his agent had him get a physical, and they were like, "Yeah, this guy's in good health, but like tell him to stop drinking so much." And they were like, "He doesn't drink at all." And they were like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, he just eats fast food all the time because that's all he can afford in Greece." And they were like, "He has the liver currently of a 70-year-old who drinks like heavily." So the doctors thought he was just some old man. So it makes sense that when you see him and you see the side-by-side comparison of him like getting his diet to what a professional athlete's diet is and him still growing, how you could do that.
I mean, it's just like, it's not uncommon for these NBA players that are drafted either
because they're
right
so
out of
young,
high school or one and done, because they're so young. Like Anthony Davis, when he was drafted, I think he was like 6'8", 6'9", and now he's 6'11", 7 foot. And I mean, Kevin Durant's the same way. When he was drafted, he was, as he's listed now, 6'8", 6'9", but like, let's be real, he's like 6'11" right now.
Yeah. What would be your comparison? Like for you to compare me to like the Giannis picture, it would be a picture of me when I was like 10 and a picture of me when I was 18. Like it would be like a 10-year gap almost.
Or like,
for me to be.
Let's do 6th grade to now.
Six. Yeah. That's probably about like how accurate it is. Like the height and weight difference, except for mine.
Because I grew quick. When I was in 6th grade, I was probably like 5'8", 5'9".
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You were a big boy.
Yeah, I mean, I was tall in middle school, and then I'm not short. I'm like 6'1". So
why the fuck would you say it like that? Like seriously, why the fuck would you say it like that? I'm not short. I'm like 6'1". That's what I'm supposed to say. I'm not short. I'm like 5'8". That's average. That's that was actually like probably one of the meanest things you've ever said on this podcast.
It's just mean-spirited on my part. I'm sorry.
Didn't even mean to be mean. That's why it hurt even worse. That was the same level as nobody gives a fuck about knee brace radio.
I wasn't that mean.
It's close.
That one was mean. That one hurt.
That was close.
Okay, I'll take close.
All right. Well, yeah. No, you're not short, Nick. Yeah, you're above average height. You're correct. You're not short. Congratulations. Anyway,
but I'm about 6'1", so yeah, like that difference, just to have that like And
A
also
full head difference.
like I was like 130 pounds in 6th grade. Now I'm like 220. And like, yeah, it's about that 6th grade to now.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably closer. I was always like average height until like my junior year of high school. Actually, I mean, I pretty much stopped growing at that point, so I was still average then. But I never had a big growth spurt. I was always like the lower tier of average, and I just remember like looking at my feet at night in the bed and being like, one day my feet will be hanging off this bed. Never came. That
That's
one day,
one of the saddest things I've ever heard.
well, I just remember like thinking when I was like in like 9th grade, I was like, I'm not like the greatest athlete in the world, but if I can just grow, I might be able to get to Division I baseball. And then just didn't grow at all.
You mean
Just none whatsoever.
Similarly, like first world problems here on my side. When I went to the pediatrician when I was a baby, they said they measured my growth plates or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, that's the biggest bullshit on the face of the earth.
Biggest bullshit in the world. They said I was gonna be 6'5".
Well, that would have been something.
I mean, I'm
6'5". I don't know if you would have been able to be in the Air Force.
I see. Here's the thing. I think that I could have been 6'5" if I didn't.
Those damn cigarettes.
If I didn't enjoy fast food or Skyline chili or any of the stuff that just like, hey, don't put this in your body. Eat fruits and vegetables. And I was like, nah, sorry, dude. I like nachos.
Well, maybe you were doing yourself a favor of just making yourself not sick by eating, fruits. Also, you're just gonna glance over Skyline chili.
Yeah.
It's
been on my brain since that Mets announcer absolutely Gary Cohen absolutely disrespected it directly in my face. I couldn't believe it.
You are the only person. Actually, that's a lie. You and my old college baseball announcer, shout out Brian Rushing, are the only two people that I know that will openly admit they actually like Skyline chili.
I fucking love Skyline chili. Suck my ass.
It's like Hormel's chili in a can that you put on a hot dog, and you're like, putting it on pasta.
That's not even remotely true.
It is. It definitely is, Nick. But I digress. I had an embarrassing moment happen to me this last week, Nick.
Is it as embarrassing as liking Skyline chili? Apparently,
maybe worse.
Okay, go on.
So I've had multiple heat strokes in my life. The last one that I had that was bad, my mom had to call an ambulance because my entire body locked up. She gave me a glass of water, and I finished the glass of water and couldn't open my hand to get the glass out because it was so cramped up. So I know a thing or two about being dehydrated. We're playing softball, wood bat league. Just like to say, my on-base percentage is .857 for anybody that's following the Yeti Crab softball team, sponsored by Knee Brace Radio. There's only 4 teams in this league, so that sponsorship money did not go over that well. The same teams we play every single week will see Knee Brace Radio. Hopefully they'll follow. But play the first game, and it's 1,000,000 degrees. I didn't eat dinner, but we stopped at a Quick Trip on the way, and I got a triple-decker fudge round for my dinner, which
great dinner. That's super well-rounded.
Well, it is. It was
that like a hockey puck.
Yeah, it did. It just sat in my stomach. So I didn't really drink anything with salt in it like the entire day. I didn't have a Gatorade. I didn't have any like a Pedialyte or anything. Drank a liter of water basically the first game. Second game, lace a triple my first at bat. Second at bat, get up, smoke a single right back up the middle. I get to first, and both my calves start to cramp. So I'm like, hey, I need a runner. I go into the dugout. I'm like, that was weird. Nick, it's first and second, 1 out. A rocket gets hit to me at third base. I backhand it, take a step on the bag at third, throw across the infield. I look like I got tased. My body just locked up, and I just hit the ground like a ton of bricks. I was completely cramped on both my legs from the waist down. I yelled to D2 who's playing shortstop. I was like, I need you to stretch my legs. I need you to stretch my legs. So the game stops. He's coming over trying to stretch my legs. He can barely move them. They stand me up. I go to take another step. My obliques are now cramping, and I'm just stuck on the field. The other team has to come out of the dugout and carry me. They had to carry me. Basically like I was a Jewish kid at a bar mitzvah, just about. They had me almost
Nagila.
They had me under my arms. Deets had one side. They put me in the opposing team's dugout Now, while they were trying to figure out, we pulled a parent out of the stands, like a 55-year-old parent that had to fill in for me because we didn't have enough players. While we're doing that, I'm sitting in this dugout by myself. It's me and like a few other guys in their team. I just hear people start talking about, it smells like shit over here. They accused me of farting.
I mean, it's a safe assumption. You're cramped out of your mind. There's no stoppage.
No, au contraire. It's the exact opposite.
Contraire, mon frere.
Nothing could have. I was so cramped up, nothing could have slid out of my asshole. You couldn't have got a greased up thumbtack up there, Nick. I was so cramped. It was awful. I had to have thank God I drove with a friend and a listener of the podcast, I might add, to the game in my car. I had to have him drive because I was so afraid I was going to cramp on the drive home and my legs were going to get stuck on the pedals. That's how I was terrified. Also, what's really embarrassing is I'm in the dugout. I'm cramping. I'm in like a ton of pain. I'm just like motherfucking under my breath. Some little kid who I don't know if it was a player's kid or a player's brother or what, just comes into the dugout with a handful of mustard. He's like, hey, I heard this helps cramps, and just dropped like 7 mustard packets in my hand.
It does help.
Yeah, well, at that point, nothing was going to help. The only thing that was going to help was a ton of water. But I was taking them, and I hate mustard. I was essentially opening the mustard packet, using my teeth, pulling it, and taking a shot of it. Like using a Gatorade as
just shooting it straight down your gullet.
Yeah, it was fucking awful, Nick. It was so embarrassing. I has anything ever happened to like that to you at a sporting event or like even at work? Like I had a friend that worked at an ice cream parlor in New York, and on his first day, they were like, "Hey, go in the back and get a tub of ice cream." Like like the big giant tubs of ice cream.
Yeah, they're like 3 or 4 gallons.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit more. He bent down to get one up and his back just went out. And he was back there for 20 minutes in the freezer by himself. And eventually like this like 70-year-old lady came in and she's like, what's going on back here? He's like, my back went out. She's like, well, what do you want me to do? He's like, nothing. And so she just like
leave me here. I'm fine. I'll die.
She just took the ice cream, brought it out, shut the freezer door and left him in there. And eventually he like waddled himself to the wall and like used his hands like a mime, or is it a mime? Mime, and like walked himself up the wall like he's in a glass box, straightened himself out, walked out of the freezer. It's like, I think I'm just gonna go home now. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. Just first day of work. Absolutely embarrassing.
Did he keep the job?
Oh yeah, he kept the job. He was my plug for ice cream for years. Used to show up there. He would give me, because like inevitably like people would be like, yeah, give me like a chocolate vanilla swirl with chocolate sprinkles. And he'd put the sprinkles on, and then they'd be like, I actually wanted the rainbow. It's like, it's the same thing. It's just sugar. But he would just like put it to the side, and he'd text me whenever there was ice cream. He's like, you want some free ice cream? Come to the shop. Nice little plug to have in high school.
That's a nice plug to have, but also, I mean, terrible for your health.
I probably put on like 8 pounds that summer, 8 to 10 pounds, just eating soft serve. Just absolute soft serve. Right? Have you ever had anything like happen? Like working at Buffalo Wild Wings, something embarrassing had to have happened.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you don't work as a server without dropping some drinks in your day. And let me tell you, the glass that margaritas are served in, while they might be festive and you might love the look of it and you get thirsty just looking at a margarita glass, let me tell you, fucking nightmare to carry.
Oh, absolutely. I would imagine so.
Super top heavy, super wibbly and wobbly.
It's like
and guess what? They do fall down.
It's like trying to carry a giraffe, I would imagine.
Yeah,
a lot of weight up top, skinny legs.
Yeah, and it's not a matter of if I'm gonna spill this. It's, am I gonna spill so much of this that I can't give it to the customer?
Now, you're holding your hand up high for people that are not watching the YouTube. Did you go drinks up high, almost like you're doing a front squat? Like that's how you carried it. I would carry it down low.
Oh, I was a down low guy. Cause I don't
right at your dick height.
Yeah, just about.
Just enough to cover the boner.
And like, yeah, because I'm holding it double. I'm double fisting it. I've
with got a tripod leg, a little balance in the middle. Nick was fully erect anytime he delivered drinks.
Yeah, I mean, Sorry, Jeff, Cindy. Now you know I was fully torqued whenever I'm delivering drinks.
The little stabilizer. When people talk about stabilizer muscles, they always forget about working out the penis.
Yeah, it's one of the most important auxiliary muscles you can imagine.
Did I ever tell you about when I went to like I would imagine servers hate when teams come in because it's just like a huge rush of like 20 kids and they're all pains in the asses. But I was in Georgia for a baseball tournament and this kid had a brand new outfit on. It was like prime Jersey Shore 2010-ish. So he's wearing like a white Affliction shirt with like the crosses, a white it was a white Atlanta Braves flat brim, but he was wearing it like how T.I. used to wear, like basically like scotch taped to the side of his head.
Yeah,
Never
for sure.
actually. It was just held on by his earlobe almost.
Yeah.
And the server's carrying like 15 sodas, and she's standing right over this kid's shoulder, and she wobbles, and she catches everything, Nick. Like the glasses are teeter tottering, and she goes, "Wow, that was close."
Kid
Takes one.
up.
What? No.
Kid stands up.
Takes one cup off, unbalances it, drops it all over him, like 15 Cokes. She's like, "I am so sorry." Comes back with one glass of Sprite. She's like, "This should be able to get the stains out," and just starts like tabbing his shirt. That's got to be the worst feeling being a server. Would you actually? What's worse, dropping that or like a plate full of wings on someone's lap?
Oh, the wings are bad. The wings are bad because
they're saucy.
That and they also take longer.
Yeah, they take forever to get back out.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing as humiliating as walking from the bar and you're feeling like a fucking G because you've got the big tray, the big boy, and you've got it wall to wall with 22-ounce beers, and you're like, I fucking got this time. The other 6 times I've dropped this,
those
don't
were
matter.
Flukes. Yeah,
flukes. This one, I've got it. And you're rounding the corner from the bar to the dining room, and I don't know, something happens. Just someone breathes wrong, because at this point you're holding your breath the whole time.
Yeah, you're like an Olympic deadlifter who's holding his breath on the way up.
Right. I feel like fucking the British deadlifter that like broke the world record, and then his nose starts bleeding.
Yeah, and they pass out.
Yes, like my nose is starting to.
You're tearing up. You're turning blue.
Exactly, I can feel it coming.
Oxygen deprivation.
Yeah, and you round that corner, and it all starts to go, and you're fighting it. You're fighting it tooth and nail. And then there's nothing worse than having, 8 to 10 22-ounce beers just all collapse on each other and just glass and beer everywhere. And you're wearing about 60 ounces of beer on your pants.
It's basically carrying that many drinks is like getting the speed wobbles for a server. Like once it starts to go, it's too late. There's you can't correct it.
Yeah, no, there's no more fighting it. You just gotta let it go. Like, I reached a point doing it for so long that like I knew how many beers I could carry at one time, but before that, or like even if you like pushed your limits a little bit, and you feel it start to go, you just stop in your tracks because you're gonna wear it, and you don't want anyone else to wear it.
Yeah, you don't want like Betty Sue, the nice old lady who was gonna give you a good tip to get hit in the head with a Michelob Ultra as you round the corner.
Yeah, you don't want the the heavy bottom of the 20. You don't want that coming out of like a fucking projectile.
It's like a glass cigarette tray.
Yeah,
like
you don't want an ashtray coming at her.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for, an ashtray.
Yeah, you want to limit collateral damage, and you just want to you're diving on the hypothetical grenade.
Is Buffalo Wild Wings a sponsor of the Olympics? I feel like they are just a crappy enough food company to sponsor the Olympics, like how McDonald's does. They're just bad enough for you.
I mean, I have to imagine it's. I mean,
at least the USA sponsor.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is McDonald's, but I mean, I'm sure it's probably like Firehouse Subs. Like Firehouse Subs, proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic team.
Yeah. They have like just enough carcinogens in it where I feel like it's safe to say.
Right.
Did you see the Olympic beds?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Let the athletes fuck. Like it's a suck and fuck fest.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. That is the exact petri dish we need to further evolution.
Yes, we do.
Let all the best athletes in the world meet in one place, and move the human race forward and give us the best possible version of ourselves.
I mean, that's going to be the closest thing to getting an Avatar, right? Like the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never seen that movie. I just know they're really tall and athletic. Did we ever ask one of our early Olympian guests about the fucking at the Olympic Villages?
I think we did.
Someone's gonna have to go back and find the tape.
So someone's go back and look at the documents.
Yeah.
Someone needs to go back and look and make sure that we asked about absolute human mutants.
So the athletes were saying like, oh, it's not for to stop us from having sex because it's just for more environmentally friendly. First off, it's definitely to stop them from having sex, right?
I mean, at the same time, these are the best athletes on the planet. They're gonna do it standing up. They're gonna do it hanging from the ceiling. Trust me,
those uneven bars.
As Dr. Ian Malcolm said in Jurassic Park, life will find a way.
Imagine fucking on the pommel horse. Be perfect. Be absolutely perfect. Yeah, the entire. What are they thinking? They just took the beds out and they made the entire Olympic floor routine area a giant orgy. That's probably the softest place. That and they wrestling mats.
I mean, have you seen homeless people in New York City? They fuck on some cardboard.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They don't care about any fucking rug burn, anything like that. Also, like, I
feel like the Olympian style have like sex. Like with the cardboard beds is going to be like breakdancing. It's going to be
just sliding all over.
It's going to be awe-inspiring.
You ever see when a break dancer just gets a little bit of salt packets and they sprinkle it on their cardboard so they can slide around a little bit better? That's what they're going to be doing, just with like the goodie bags they get though from the Olympic Village. It's going to be a ton of like knockoff AirPods that they're using to slide around.
The goldfish bowls of condoms.
Yes. It's absolutely unreal. And I would imagine, again, even if you're the worst person in the world about having sex, you just got to bend them over the bed, right? Like, I
mean, we've all built forts out of cardboard boxes before.
Yeah. You could make one sturdy enough to fuck on. That's all I'm saying.
It can be done. All right.
Also, I don't know if you saw this. They're giving bed extenders to Olympic athletes. And it's essentially just an ottoman that they're just making out of more cardboard. I don't know. Why don't you just make all the beds 8 inches longer? You have the tallest people in the world there. You have the men and women's basketball team and water polo and swimmers.
Dude,
Katie Ledecky's like 6'5", isn't she?
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
But how about fucking Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday? The day after they win the NBA championship for Milwaukee, it's a beer drinking capital of the world.
United States.
No, it's a beer drinking capital of the world.
You think people in Belgium are like Milwaukee, Wisconsin? A lot of beer getting drank there.
Busch Light, hello?
Okay, well, all right. North American, we could say.
Yes.
Settle there.
Thank you.
3 countries.
Yeah. The fact that they've won an NBA championship and then the day after they just get on a flight straight to fanless Tokyo, Japan.
So
that's a tough deal.
There's no way they're taking a private plane, right? I don't think you can take a private plane that far.
No.
I was gonna say, if you're on a private plane, like that would be a great hungover day because like you could just sleep. But if these guys are flying like, business class on on a Shanghai airline, that would be awful. They're flying. Is it commercial?
I mean, I would imagine it's commercial.
Imagine how inconvenient it would be to be like 6'7", have to fly commercial.
And also, so it's Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton sitting right next to Devin Booker. They just
Devin.
He's on.
I didn't know Devin Booker
team.
was on the team.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. So it's like they're just refreshing their Instagram, and it's just like they're gaining all these followers and all these likes and seeing all these sick parades. And then Devin Booker's just like
on FaceTime with Kendall Jenner crying.
Yeah. Dude, the Kardashian curse is real.
Yeah, it's alive and well.
I completely forgot about that until the Nelk boys like made a sign, and I was like, oh my god! When you look at it, all the Kendall or all the Jenners that have just cursed NBA franchises, all the way, I dare I say, all the way back to Lamar Odom and Chris Humphries.
I was gonna say back to Chris Humphries, the patient zero for the Kardashian curse.
He fell off. Where do you think Chris Humphries is? You could tell me he's playing like professionally in Istanbul right now, and I'd believe you. You could also tell me that he's like a mental health advocate coach, and I'd believe you.
I don't really know. I'm gonna lay out 3 options here on the YouTube video that it's gonna be uploaded eventually. I need you to comment down below option 1, 2, or 3. Prove to me somebody watches these videos.
We always get like a handful of likes, and I'm pretty sure it's like Joel's. I just butchered his name.
Joel.
I just butchered it. Joel. Sorry. It's his friends. Definitely not our friends.
So comment down below 1, 2, or 3. Option 1, he has a podcast
doing way better than us.
Doing way better than us, but still nobody listens to.
Yeah.
2, he's playing in Turkey.
Okay. He's playing in the Qatar League with
Frank Nitti. Frank Nitty's just yamming in his face.
Poor like, how do you like that? Kardashian fucker. Just like sweet bird.
So 1, he has a podcast nobody listens to. Still doing better than us. 2, playing in Turkey. 3, help me out here, Kyle. What do you think?
He's like a life coach of some sorts.
Oh yeah, he's a life coach. He's a personal fitness and life coach. Based
out of like Malibu, like not quite like one of the big cities, but like a place where celebrities still are.
And he advocates for
veganism.
Yeah, a plant-based diet.
Yes. His podcast. If he does have a podcast, it would be like called like the Mean Green, a Chris Humphries podcast, like something like that.
Why does that sound spot on to what he's doing right now?
Watch him be like,
dude, what if it's all 3? What if it's all what if he's playing in Turkey, and when he's in the off season, he goes back to Malibu where he has a plant-based podcast where he is a life coach that advocates for green living. That sounds exactly what Chris Humphries is doing nowadays. So
can someone clip this and send it to him and just like watch him be like, he's actually on like Ink Masters now and he's just tatted the fuck up.
Somebody clip it, send it to him, and watch him sit there in his like his apartment in Malibu going
in his Tesla while he's drinking a fucking acai bowl shake. Like
he's just like, fuck, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, I have a bamboo cup. Yeah, no. Well,
if it is what you're doing, Chris, would love some pointers. Send me your book. The hit Joel up, he'll tell you my address.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, he's doing one of those things 100% for sure.
One, if not all.
So he could help out the Kraken. He could be like, maybe he's on the staff of the Kraken for like their mental. What is it like? There's like what's his name? The guy who just retired from minor league baseball. Drew
Robinson.
Yeah,
he's like mental health coach.
Yeah, mental health, and then it's like also like the competitive nature. He could help that. He could do that for the Kraken.
Yeah, I don't mind that. So we bring this up because as we speak right now, the Kraken are having their inaugural. Oh, they just wrapped up their inaugural expansion draft for the 2021-2022 NHL season. So, Kyle, I would love to get your thoughts on the NHL on the Kraken's expansion draft roster. What do you think?
So, I mean, right off the bat, anytime you draft a goalie from the Florida Panthers, you're doing well. I like the move, and that's the one pick I saw. Don't know the guy's name.
So Chris Driedger, he actually was electric last year. 2.07 GAA and a 927 save percentage. Electric. He has, I think, 23 games played in the NHL. So small sample size, but so far, I mean, a lot to like. So from your Islanders, they took Jordan Eberle.
Could live with that.
Jordan Eberle's 31. Um, so he's been around for a while,
He
but
doesn't really fit and not that he doesn't fit, but like the Islanders are a young team.
yeah,
So and I really, again, I'm not. I only watch NHL hockey when it's on in front of me or during the playoffs. So I feel like anything over like what 26 in hockey is getting towards the back end of your prime
oh no. I mean, I
for like an average player. Obviously, you have like Sid the Kid.
33.
Really? I
Yeah.
think there's just so many more injuries in hockey.
I would say 30 to so I would say NHL players prime is from
24 to 30.
yeah,
6 years.
24 to 29.
Okay.
And then from 30 to 33, 34, you're still very effective.
Mm-hmm.
And then from 34 to 38, you become a salary cap casualty or a salary cap liability.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I say that and it hurts my feelings because Alex Ovechkin is 35.
Yeah. Well,
but also Alex Ovechkin's also Russian machine never breaks. He's a fucking unicorn.
Yeah. Now, is the Kraken the worst rum of all time? Great name for a hockey team. Horrible whiskey. Or
the fact that they went with Kraken, I'm so happy. I am so happy. Like they had the Seattle Sockeyes, the Seattle Metropolitans, the Seattle Bullshits, but the Seattle Kraken fucks.
It's a good name. It's a name. I mean, again, like Las Vegas Golden Knights. If you're gonna have an expansion team, your name needs to pop.
For sure.
Like the last shitty expansion team name, it's got to be Washington, right? The Nationals. From the Expos to the Nationals.
Yeah, I mean, the Expos isn't
not a name.
The Expos isn't great either.
Yeah, but the Expos had great colors. They had great uniforms.
That is fair. I mean, I would have preferred if whenever they expanded back to Washington or relocated, basically, I would have rather they went back to the Senators.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Senators plays. It's just like it's like the Mets are a shitty name, but they've just been around for forever, so it kind of works. Like imagine an expansion team being
similarly, the colors pop. The blue and orange play.
Oh, and that's the Kraken. Like they're bluish green color.
They're like teal.
Teal and navy. That's a good color wave.
Teal, navy, and like the pop of red for the eye. Fucks.
Where are they actually playing? Are they playing in Seattle city limits or are they playing in like Mount Olympus?
No, they're playing in downtown Seattle on the water. Their arena is called Climate Change Arena.
It's a weird name for an arena, but okay.
But it's where the Seattle Sonics used to play. It used to be the Key Arena, and then obviously the naming rights got torn down. No, it got completely renovated top to bottom.
Oh, okay, good for them. But we will have to see. Are they going to be nearly as good as the Golden Knights? Because the Golden Knights coming in and being a fucking wagon doesn't give you much wiggle room if you're an expansion team. Because it's like they were an expansion team. Look how good they are.
I see. Here's the thing. I think the Kraken made a lot of really good picks. There were some players available that they could have picked and they could have flipped. There were some players that they could have picked just to make some noise. Carey Price was available on the Montreal Canadiens.
The Habs.
Habs.
Fuck, I was close. Close.
They could have picked Carey Price. They could have picked Vladimir Tarasenko. You Tarasenko'd my battleship.
There you go. You worked on that one in the mirror before this.
No, I still fucked it up.
Either way.
But they could have had Tarasenko. They could have had Carey Price. But those were guys that are expensive. And there were rumblings that the Kraken were going to pick Tarasenko and then flip him in trade for more draft picks. And in this expansion draft,
that would have been a trivia question of all time.
Right.
Who was the player that got drafted by the Kraken but never played for him?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure there are going to be some players like that. I'm sure they're going to sign some players and then immediately trade them.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I mean, I'm so excited about the expansion to Seattle. The one thing So of course the Kraken they didn't pick certain players. They didn't make the noise that they could have made. But the fact that the expansion draft list was leaked like 2 hours, 3 hours before the draft even took place, so everyone knew who they were going to pick, that sucks. That just plain out, just flat out sucks.
It's the NBA draft where the guy just kept yelling the picks before Adam Silver came out to announce them. Like, just don't. There are certain things you can leak. Just like, don't leak that. Like, that's like the first time ever it's gonna happen. If it was, like a free agent signing, sure. But don't wreck it for everybody just because you want to be a schmuck. You don't even get credit for it. You can't even get paid for it. So why do it? If there's no money involved, why do it? That's what I always say.
Yeah, I mean, it could have made the experience for the fans and like that actually showed up for the expansion draft. It could have made the experience watching it so much better.
Mhm.
And in fact, instead, I just knew what was going to happen the whole time.
Yep. Well, Nick, I have two last things I want to touch base before we wrap this podcast up.
Okay.
First things first. And I had this food item this weekend. That's why I bring it up. Why isn't water ice more popular than Italian ice? It's way fucking better.
I don't even know what water ice is.
I don't know how you don't know.
What is water?
You lived by the beach.
What do you mean? What?
You lived by the beach your whole life and you never
Yes.
had water ice. It's like Italian ice soft serve with like better flavoring.
Are you talking about snow cones?
No, get that fucking bullshit out of here. Snow cones. Snow cones are awful, Nick.
Snow cones are the worst.
Pelican's ice sucks. No, it's literally like soft serve version of Italian ice.
Never heard of it.
It's maybe it's just a Northeast Shore thing, but like Italian ice is not like it's good. Way too much work. Like you got to take that little stick and you got to rub it back and forth a million times on the fucking little block of Italian ice, and then you got to scoop it up and eat it. This is just like if you had Italian ice, but you can cut through it with a plastic spoon.
I mean, sounds good. A
rainbow water ice is something that'll knock you on your ass and bring you back to when you were 12. So maybe it's just me. And if anybody out there knows what water ice is, please comment and let us know. Next time you're in Charlotte, we will get water ice and we will get your reaction because
I'm down.
It's one of those things where you're like, oh, it's like Italian ice, it's like a water ice.
Going to Rita's. Does Rita's have water ice?
Rita's is very similar. Yes.
Okay, so I've had Rita's. I haven't had the product
Rita's
water ice.
Rita's is the little. So water ice.
Can we agree that water ice is a stupid fucking name?
Oh yeah, and it's a Jersey Shore thing, so everyone says water ice, so it makes it even worse. Rita's is like so water ice is like custard. It's like the general, it's like the overlapping thing. Like there's a lot of different types of water ice, but it's just like that one segment of the rainbow is by far the best. I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, next thing here, I guess, because you've never had water ice, you can't really join on this conversation. What's your like subset of YouTube that you just go to and watch? That's kind of weird. Like I can give you mine if you'd like.
Sure, yeah.
So first thing is chiropractic videos. Just people popping their back. Second thing is this guy who just travels through like shitty parts of like Russia and Europe. And he just like documents him like just walking around these little fucking towns. And this guy's got balls the size of grapefruits. Like he just goes into the middle of nowhere in Russia and finds like this little ass town and has a cab drop him off there. And he's like, oh, I'll just figure out how to get back. If not, it's like a 17-mile walk. And just does that.
If not, it's just a 17-mile walk.
Yeah, and he'll get like pulled over by like Russian police and they're like papers. And they like will like arrest him and like take his camera and shit. So those are like my two like main subsets. I did find a new one, which I do have to say I like. It was an African-American gentleman who appeared to have only listened to rap, and he listens to like pop punk and like pop songs, like pop, like I guess even like Blink 182, if you want to call it pop punk, or like kind of like hardcore punk, and just gives his reaction to them. And it's a delight to watch. He watched Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy last night, the
Yeah.
video I watched, and he was just fucking jamming. And it just makes you smile. Like seeing somebody hear like a great song for the first time, and they're just like, this fucking slaps. It's awesome.
Yeah. So my main one, I mean, of course, I mean, I like the classics of what's the name of the channel of the guys that like build pools or like hot
Oh,
tubs in the
the
jungle.
Indian dudes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love those.
Yeah, I mean that's like the classic 2 a.m. You're scrolling Instagram or Facebook and you see that
Facebook.
video,
Yeah.
and you're like, "How are they making a hot tub with jets?" Like,
Right. Yeah. It's incredible to me. And by the way, those guys got like the platinum button.
yeah,
for
someone
YouTube.
someone flew it out to him and like hand delivered it.
But so there's that one that those
Absolute classic.
those just weird videos you find just scrolling through Facebook in the little like the little play section.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I have a subscription to this on YouTube is Dash Cam Academy.
Is it like people getting into accidents with a dash cam?
Yep.
Oh,
Sure
you
is.
you
Or
sick
it's
fuck.
just like, people that are driving behind other people that are just like, being
Not paying attention,
stupid.
just rear end somebody.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a dash cam now.
You went out and bought one just
I
for
have a
that?
dash cam just for this because eventually I will be on Dash Cam Academy. I will catch someone doing something stupid, and then that'll be my moment.
So are you gonna like? Is it like a paywall, like a Patreon account, or are you just subscribed?
Oh, I'm just subscribed. It's
Okay.
it's not like a paywall thing. No, but no, I mean every few days they come out with like a 10 or 12-minute video.
Just a compilation.
Yeah, it's just a compilation of what's going on this. So like, it's a thing where I sit down, like it might even be weekly, where I sit down. I'm like, all right, well, let's see who's driving like idiots across the country this week.
So it's all U.S. accidents. It's not like usually the dash cam footage I watch is like all in Russia.
I mean, it's a mix. It can be Canada, it can be Russia, but I mean, a lot of them are the United States, and it's I don't know. It's just addicting to watch, and it's just like addicting to be like, oh, fucking idiot. Like I love it. I love it. I can't get enough.
I did forget. I watch a guy named Hoovie's Garage, and all he does is go out and buy like old hoopties, like early to mid 2000s, like luxury cars, and then like figure out what's wrong with them and like decide if he wants to fix them or not. So now anytime I'm driving down the highway, I'm like, 2002 BMW 3 Series. Head gas has got to be leaking on that thing. Like I like Kaylee she watches it with me. It's like, why do I have this useless knowledge of like a Buick LeSabre is typically going to be best between 97 and 02? Those things are bulletproof. Like, why should I fucking know that? But I do. So add it to the list of useless information I have. If you ever wanted to find this useless information on Twitter, you can find me at Kyle_Craig4. No, it's on Instagram. On Twitter, Kyle_Craig36. Nick, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Fumblin' Bumblin', or they can find me on Instagram at KneeBraceNick.
Follow all social medias at KneeBrace Radio. Easy enough to follow. As we've mentioned, we have a super producer in our corner, editing up these videos, editing up the Instagram clips. He's tagged on every single Instagram, so why don't you click on his profile, give him a follow. If you need any video editing done, reach out to him. We'll get you in contact with him. But he's making awesome YouTube videos, so please like, subscribe, share. Same thing with podcast reviews on our Apple. I don't know what's it called. Apple Podcast app?
There you go.
Oh, I don't have it on my phone, so I was trying to Google it at the same time, and I could not find it. So I don't know how many reviews we're at, Nick. Eventually, we are going to make clothes one day. I don't really know, but until then, talk to you later.
See you.
Peace.